And then I became the family disappointment. So, yeah, I've been gone for a while. Not gone from the world, but just gone from YouTube, from recording anything. It's been a whirlwind. I'm 35 now. I was 35 like 5 months ago. Um, yeah. So I think what we're gonna do today is I'm gonna play some Power Simulator. I have already started playing. We are literally gonna be right in the middle of a mission. Well, not mission. I guess yeah, a mission or a job, and then uh, I'm just gonna talk. But what I am going to talk about is stuff that I read on Reddit, mostly from the Am I the Asshole subreddit. Yeah, because who better to provide moral judgment than a 35-year-old me? Am I the asshole for breaking down at work because of essay flashbacks? Okay, let's we're going there. Okay, cool. Hello, this is my first post. English is not my first language, but I'll explain what happened the best I can. Today I went to the bathroom during my shift at work, and when I came back, I found stuff moved away because some colleagues needed to make space for other things. Now I had just finished organizing my workspace and looked disappointed upon seeing that everything was elsewhere. I wasn't too mad about it though. It was fine. I was about to go on about my day. One of these coworkers here, a tall man, 10 plus years older than me, who was a little bit of a prankster, saw my expression and started saying things like, "Don't worry, my love, I'm going to fix everything," or "It's okay, sweetheart, just talk the next time." What? This thing? You want me to put it inside? Referring to putting my stuff in a drawer, but clearly making innuendos. While caressing my face and touching me. What? HR? I started pulling away from him, and then when he asked what was wrong, I said, "I'm sorry, but I'm not comfortable being touched like this by strangers." He replied by touching me again on the arm, this time, and saying, "I'm sorry, baby, it's fine," always using these pet names. Who is this man? Ew. From the title, you should have an idea of what happened to me in the past. No one knows about it at my workplace. Those pet names, his looks, the touching basically gave me a flashback. It was like I was back there with that horrible man that essayed me. I pulled away again and walked away this time. I faced the wall and began crying. One of my superiors saw the whole thing and unfold and came back to check on me and see if everything was alright. I told him what happened, even telling him about my past without going into detail to give him some context. The coworker apologized too, and I told him that I knew he was just joking and that I wasn't mad at him at all. It was just a personal issue. Later that day, my superior stopped me and told me that crying in the workplace like that was not normal, that I overreacted, that it was only a joke, and that I should have told my coworker about my past earlier. That really made me feel like crap, because now I feel like I've caused a scene like a child, that I've made multiple coworkers uncomfortable, and that specific coworker feel like crap too. Should I go apologize? So as this loads. No, you were not an asshole for reacting appropriately. I think it's an appropriate reaction to cry. No matter where you are, because someone decided that respecting a boundary was too much, even though it was a joke. Like, what? Like, who, like, who in their right freaking mind would be like, yeah, let me just keep harassing you, even though you said no thank you. Like, even if it was a joke, I just don't see how, like, I don't see how it can even be, I don't know, like, what?
I'm getting heated.
Hmm.
I'm getting heated
But
because
I'm getting heated because
no, bro.
experiences. But someone said fucking no, bro. Like, that should just be it. Like, you do not get to negotiate. You don't get to, like, play the victim because somebody reacted negatively to you being a dick to them. And like regardless of like past trauma, even if this person like OP did not have that shitty experience to begin with that traumatized her, she is still within every right to like react negatively to shit like that, because who fucking does that? I don't care where you are. It is not okay anywhere. Nowhere is any of that behavior okay. Like, disgusting. It is gross. Unlike the ceiling right now, but yeah, no, dude, that's fucking gross. And then like the boss or whatever, yeah, a boss or like a superior, like making their own employee feel bad for, you know, having a reaction like that, and saying that like crying at work is an overreaction, and now her crying is making someone else feel bad. Like, no, do not apologize for fucking anything. Like, no, absolutely not. Like, you get to react the way you want to react to trauma. You get to respond the way you want to respond, the way you need to respond to your own trauma. In what universe? In what universe does someone who was victimized, like not even like her, you know, like victimized by her original assayer, but like victimized really also being essayed, but at work, that's essay. Caressing her face? Caressing her face? No, absolutely not. They said don't touch me. Also, when I used to actually go somewhere for work, I think it took a while for me to even give side hugs to coworkers, much less be touched in the face. Like, ew. I think the only coworker that I let touch my face is Emeroy. Oh, he's not here, but it's Emeroy. Like, that's it. And he just happens to be my boyfriend. But no, absolutely not. Like, you don't get to touch on someone and then have them say no, and then you go and act like she ruined your life. You ruined your fucking life by being a fucking creep at work. Like, that's it. Like, hard.
Yeah, no. That's it. That's my verdict.
Yeah, no. That's it. That's my verdict. Disgusting. Like, no, like, whoever posted this, 100%. There's nothing about the way you reacted, nothing about the way you went about this is bad on your part. Like, maybe find another job. If this is the United States, you might have a case here, babe. You might have a case against you might have a case against the coworker. You might have a case against the fucking manager or superior, whatever, telling you that you need to apologize. There might be a case there, because that's a hostile work environment.
There's definitely some sort of complaint.
I don't know. Actually, I'm not an expert on that, but there's definitely some sort of complaint there. HR. But remember, HR is never ever going to be on your side all the time. So they might actually just try to sweep it under the rug, depending on the company, depending on how HR works at that specific company. So yeah. Am I the asshole for canceling plans with my friend because she has to wait for her husband's permission? Ew. I mean, I haven't even read the whole story yet, just the title. Okay. Am I the asshole for canceling plans with my friend because she has to wait for her husband's permission? I, 30 female, was talking to my friend, 31 female, about a movie that came out that seems really good. I suggest we go see it as we haven't gotten together in ages, primarily because of this exact issue. Anytime she goes out, it has to be with her husband. Her husband, 42 male, I wouldn't say is controlling, but rather she doesn't like to leave him unattended. She is paranoid he will cheat on her, as he's done so in the past. Oh. So she never lets him out of her sight. Same job, same work schedule, together always. He's a decent guy to hang out with, I suppose, but the fact that we can't hang out, just the two of us anymore, because he would go see his mistress when we used to, just irritates me. So that being said, when I offered we go see this movie, she said she'd have to see if her husband wanted to go as well. It's a chick flick, so I don't know if it'd interest him. It's one day before we plan to go, as it works with both our schedules. When I asked her again today if we were good to go, she said he still hasn't let her know if he wants to go. I'm ready to just cancel it and go alone with someone else. I don't like hangouts being determined on if someone's significant other wants to go. When I told her this, she got upset and said I have something against her husband and that I should put more effort into finding something we can all do that he would enjoy. I told her I'm seeing the movie regardless, and inviting her was more of an invitation that I'm not changing because it's not something her husband wants when he wasn't invited in the first place. So am I the asshole? I am the dumbass because I'm not understanding. So initially you're saying that the husband has to give permission for her to go out, and then now you're saying that he cheated and she doesn't want him to leave her sight. So is his cheating ass like using this fact to be controlling now? Like I really feel like this dude is like just using like keeping an eye on him, like against her. If you're gonna keep me from cheating again, or if you don't trust me and you want to play that game, fine. Then if you don't feel like you can go anywhere without me and that I can't go anywhere without you, like I think he figured out how to transfer the power back to himself. Like just because he's the one that fucked up and cheated doesn't mean that like she gets to call the shots. Technically she should, but I think she got played. Why is the person that cheated the deciding factor on whether a girls' night can happen? You know what I mean? Like, why would my friend's cheating boyfriend be the deciding factor on whether or not I get to hang out with my girl? I can't believe I'm not siding with a woman in this case, because what do you mean? If you really can't trust him to like not cheat again, then maybe just break up at this point. If you don't want him to cheat anymore, then actually maybe have that conversation together as a couple. But I think you just need to just break up. Break up with a guy and go out with your friends. You don't need to be in a relationship where you basically handcuffed yourself to him just because you're afraid he's going to cheat on you again. Like if you still cannot bring yourself around to trusting the guy, you should just break up. So OP that posted this though, girl, just go to your fucking movie. Go to your fucking movie. Friend is clearly like beyond help. She got cheated on, and now the same guy that cheated gets to control whether or not you get to see your homegirl. Like, ew, that's disgusting. Like, either find a new friend or just do your own thing. Do your own thing. Ew. Am I the asshole to challenge my girlfriend's Asian family culture? I will try my best to frame this response reasonably without favoring myself and attempt objectivity. My girlfriend and I live with her parents and her brother plus the wife and child of the brother in a large house in the undisputed most expensive housing market in America. New York, LA, San Francisco, Honolulu. Those are the only ones I can think of. And they're Asian too, so it's one of those. I and her have been given very little clarity about the reality of the mortgage/utilities, and in a moment of frustration, I voiced my concerns in front of the entire house. My questions were answered honestly about how much mortgage plus property tax plus utilities, but I was immediately thrown as I realized that two things were true. My girlfriend and I are paying nearly half of all household bills for a small room in the house. Combine our payments with her brother's rent, and that is the entire mortgage plus utility plus property tax. Her parents are literally paying nothing towards the mortgage and all other common bills. Are they Filipino? They are both working and make good money, so this isn't a fixed income social security situation. Okay. I proceeded in the same conversation to ask where their household contribution was, and her father and mother both immediately stated the following. That's the way it is. Why would we need to contribute? This is the culture. This is how it is. Don't push this. Oh my God, are they Filipino? Ah, tita. Anyway, let me keep reading before I assume that it'd be my own people. The conversation devolved into a lot of storming away on the father's part and crying on the mother's part, even though I remained calm and continued to state, I'm just trying to get information and understand. They've been watching a lot of TFC. I recognize that these responses are manipulative in nature and tried to look past them while holding firm. Okay. Eventually, the mother told me that we were expected to pay for her debts accrued in raising my girlfriend and her brother, and that is the cultural Filipino. No, I fucking knew it. I'll get into that. Actually, you know what? I might even just hold off on playing. I need to be able to focus because this is my culture. Also, there's a lens flare happening with me. I personally feel, regardless of culture, this is using your children to line your own pockets and simultaneously sap them from having any possibility of saving for their own future. Am I the asshole? I'm assuming this guy might be white. And if the girlfriend's Filipino, so they might be in California somewhere, or they might be in New York. When did that turn on? That randomly lights up and like does things on the screen. That is Emery. he is remoting into his PC on his from out of town. I called that they were Filipino. When it got to that's the way it is, why would you need to contribute, this is the culture, this is how it is, don't push this. That's very Filipino. There's this concept, it's called utang ng loob, which utang means debt, loob means like you on the inside, so it's essentially like it's just a debt owed, not a monetary debt specifically, but it's just debt in terms of like what they've done for you. And then sometimes it has monetary value. We work this hard for how many years, blah, blah, blah. Especially if they're in America. Yeah, if they're in America living in an expensive housing market, it is likely that the parents immigrated here either separately and met here, or they immigrated here together somehow on like working visas and worked their asses off, and then, you know, somehow went through the proper channels to get their green card and the citizenship or all that. Like, I'm just assuming. But clearly, I think the girlfriend was born here, born and raised here, but they were the type of Filipino parents that wanted to instill those Filipino values in their children. The filial piety doesn't go away, because that's how they were raised. And I think I specifically want to know how the girlfriend is feeling about all this, because it's her money too, but it's also her parents. Like, I want to know how the girlfriend's feeling, how the girlfriend's brother and family are feeling. Like, it's an expensive housing market, so it is not unheard of for multiple generations to be living in the same home. Like, if they have a house that they're paying mortgage and property taxes on, like, the more people there are living there and, like, taking on the bills, then great. But at the same time, there are two people who do work that are not pulling their weight, not because, again, not because they're like retired or, unable to work or too old or whatever. Like, they still make money. Like, they don't have to, like, it doesn't have to be like an even three-way split. It can be like progressive or whatever. Like, they can contribute the least, but at least something, like, to take off, their kids' plates. But fortunately, my parents personally aren't like that. I do see that is very common with a lot of Filipino American kids raised by parents that are from the Philippines. There are older generations of Filipinos that would approach younger generations of Filipinos. I'm not saying I'm young, but like younger than them. So like me and like younger would approach them and ask them when they're going to have kids. A, it's because, like, they want grandchildren. And B, they will also say, well, who's going to take care of you when you're old? It's more than just a monetary debt. It is just the overall, just like accrued debt in terms of like effort and labor. You're an investment, you're a retirement plan. That's why there's a lot of like Filipino people in my generation that haven't been able to save for a house. Like even the ones that have like that make more money than I do, way more money than I do. Like they don't own their own homes because they're sending money home to their parents, or they're just funneling it towards supporting their parents who may or may not be retired already. I can see where it can be hard on OP, this dude. You know, like I think he's trying to be sensitive about it. He's walking on eggshells maybe a little bit in terms of like, you know, it's just like, I get that this is your culture. I have no business in like, you know, I have no say in the culture or whatever, I guess. But at the same time, this parents, not just Filipino parents, a lot of like immigrant parents, it is high time for these parents to basically realize that the kids that they're having are not a retirement plan. They're an investment in a sense, but you're an angel investor essentially. I guess if you keep like a really good relationship with them, they will probably take care of you. But if you have kids with the sole intent of having someone to take care of you when you're older, that's not how it works anymore. I just, yeah, I'm pretty lucky that my parents don't see it that way. I mean, they did. Honestly, they didn't. For a little bit, I was the golden child, and they were like, "Oh, she'll take care of us. She will retire us." And then I started fucking around, and then they were like, "Okay, maybe not her." And then I became the family disappointment. Clearly, they can't afford to move out on their own as a couple. Like, if they have no choice but to stay there, I don't know. It's unfortunately, you just have to tough it out. Like, I personally don't see her parents bucking on this. I don't see her parents changing their minds about this. They are old. They are tired. And they feel entitled to a life of comfort now that their kids are grown and making money. Because I was gonna say just move, like take you and your girlfriend away, like to, you know, a different apartment. But the question is, can you afford that? I went through the comments and a lot of people are like, just move. But then also some people are like, just move, but also with the qualifier that like, I don't know anything about this culture. I mean, they do, but they think it's crazy. But then again, it's not their family. It's not a family they are maybe looking to marry into. I don't know, but this is tough. A lot of like Filipino family members and relatives do feel entitled to the money that you work for, because in their eyes, your success is also their success because they brought you there. Like either they brought you into this country or they brought you to this country. Like if you were born there and then came here, or they had you here. Like you were lucky enough to be born an American citizen and have all this access, and then, you know, do something with it and take us with you. Because like you see all these like, you know, famous like music artists and rappers and stuff like buying their parents' houses and all that. And I think that's great. But I feel like they also do that because they have great relationships with their parents. Like you've probably been around this family long enough, man. Like you already know they have a tiny room in the house and they're paying half. Like they get the tiny room in the house because they don't have kids. The brother and wife plus child probably get a bigger room because they have a kid, and then obviously, you know, mom and dad get a nice room because they're the parents and they deserve comfort, which they do. That sounded sarcastic. They do. They absolutely do deserve that comfort, but at the same time, like pay for it. Like at least, you know, pay the cable bill / internet bill. Like take one thing off your kids' plates if they're going to take care of you, because it seems like they are taking care of you. Tita, tito, mais kayo. Am I the asshole for hitting my situationship after he ignored me saying don't? I, 24 female, live with my situationship 30 male. Huh. We're not officially dating, but we're exclusive and it's kind of complicated.
Huh?
He's usually very touchy / playful and likes to bite or pinch my nipples during flirting / intimacy, which I normally like. All right, good for you, girl. The other day, I was about to get my period and my boobs were really sore and sensitive. Okay. He started doing it and I told him, no, don't do that. It hurts. I'll admit I said in a playful tone at first because that's usually how we joke around, but I still meant it. He continued anyway and it genuinely hurt. But I didn't make a big deal out of it then. Later that night, I was tired and hungry and serving food in the kitchen when he grabbed me again. I immediately told him, please don't bite, it's hurting. He still did it anyway. It hurt badly enough that I instinctively hit his arm as a reflex reaction. Now he's upset at me saying, fine, I just won't touch you anymore. Oh God. Because apparently the way I told him was wrong and not serious enough at first. I told him that I did say no multiple times, but he says he couldn't tell I really meant it. It's now been 2 days and things are awkward between us. Am I the asshole for reacting the way I did after he ignored me saying no? First of all, why are you living with a situationship? What? You're not dating, but you're exclusive. You know what? I might be too old now. Because I live with my partner. We moved in together after we became partners. Oh my God, he's working. We moved in together after we became partners. The only time I would be living, could imagine myself living with someone that I'm not in a relationship with, is just a roommate, a platonic roommate, a roommate that I don't know, that we just coexist in the same place, or like a friend. Like, so how did you become a situation? Did he, like, did you guys move in together and then start sleeping together and then became a situationship? Don't do that. So anyway, you're out here playing house with a man that you're not officially dating, but you're exclusive. But I'm not here to victim blame, because what he did is also kind of scummy, because you're literally saying no. What I think some men, I need to start playing. What some men need to understand about, like, women saying no and just the concept of consent is that sometimes the way we decline you is polite, or it seems polite, out of fear of any sort of physical / violent retaliation. Because we've all heard the stories, we've all seen the news of, like, men getting violent just because a woman said no to giving her phone number, a hug, or getting coffee, or touching, or whatever. Like, we've all seen it, we've all heard it, we all fear it. Like, it is a very real fear. So it has become instinctual for a lot of women to respond to unwanted contact, whether physical or, verbal, conversational, with something more polite, with a smile, with a giggle, and especially because you know each other and you sleep with each other, with like playfulness, because it's like, oh yeah, we're together, but like, yeah, no, please, but like, actually no. Once you hear that word no, I don't care how you interpret it, I don't care how it sounds like, it's a fucking no, bro. Don't, especially if she's saying it, she's in pain. Like, I would not wish PMS symptoms on my worst enemy. Actually, sometimes I would, but I would not. I do not have that symptom, thank God. But I have my own symptoms and I suffer. Oh God, she's in peak luteal phase, so she must also be just hormonal and emotional and just also, in pain. And like this man is just making it worse by A, touching the like and like grabbing and biting parts that are in pain, and B, just not respecting her. Again, like the whole living with your situationship is a little like what the fuck, but at the same time, at this point, it's just another man not respecting a woman. And I don't think you're a dick for hitting his arm. Like, I don't think you hit him strong enough. I think it's a, like, I'm imagining that it was more of like a swat, like, hey, no, like, please stop, like, or like his hand's already here. Oh my god, I'm gonna grab myself. His hand's already here, and she's like, no, stop. Like, what do you expect a woman to do when a man is touching her somewhere that she doesn't want to be touched, and he's insisting on grabbing? We're gonna throw hands. He's lucky she swatted an arm, not like his entire fucking face. He's lucky he did not take an elbow to the face. So, yeah, no, girl, you're good. But also, move, maybe? You do not have to live with this. So I am still here in this roller disco here. Let me just show you something. Look at this. I cleaned this. I cleaned that, not the floor. It's really cool though. And you can turn on the turntable. You can't change the song, it's just this. Speakers I need to clean. This whole thing I need to clean. I clean the disco ball. Priorities. I don't know, man. I guess I should, God, I don't think anyone of the posters that posted any of these stories I read are assholes in a sense, but like, I think the real asshole in all of these are the men. Literally, okay, the situationship guy, oh yeah, this husband, I kept saying boyfriend, and then this husband that was this cheating ass husband that's now controlling his wife's schedule essentially, and then this like coworker guy that is essentially harassing this girl, this poor girl, like trauma or not, he's still harassing her. Bye.